cap and a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot.
Hey guys, welcome to Brown Skin Girl Diaries, and today we will be talking about friendships, specifically best friendships. So over the past 4 years, I have had 3 best friends, and you tell me how these stories sound to you. If this sounds like friendship worthy or like I need to dump these hoochies. Okay. So, my best friend that I've had since freshman year, we've been through everything together. Me and my boyfriend hooked up her and her boyfriend because her boyfriend was my boyfriend's cousin. So it was like me and my boyfriend, and then her and her boyfriend met through us. So I'm like a matchmaker, honestly, if we're gonna be super honest. So anyway, we super tight, super close. Our sophomore year came around, and for the spring semester, I went to a PWI, a predominantly white university or institution, and she went or stayed at our HBCU, a historical black college or university. And at HBCU, it's really common for people to pledge. So she pledged. I was super excited for her. Like, oh my gosh, my besties in a sorority. Go bestie, go bestie, go. Her and another one of my best friends pledged as well. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't be on you guys' line. Anyway, so I was super excited for them. Best friend stuff. As the sophomore year continued, her birthday came up. We'll call her Gigi, and she lives in Texas. So I went to Gigi's house in Texas because she was having like this big old boat party, and I was super excited. So when we get to her house, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're here. Everything. So we had an absolute ball. I meet her second best friend, who she's known since childhood. Absolutely loved her. She was cool. Like the other side of a pillow. That was corny. But she was cool. So the day of her party, we're driving along the highway, and not the highway, excuse me, the street, like this, and then a car comes and hits me like this. So we get into a wreck. I have gushing head injury, like right here. You can see the white meat. I had like scars on my arm where you can see the white meat on my legs, everything. It wasn't just me in the car, it was my ambassador as well, along with Gigi. And like, bro, we bumped up. We definitely are bumped up. The ambulance comes, the paramedics come. They almost had to take me to the hospital, but instead I opted to go to an urgent care because I didn't want to miss my friend's party, right? Like, I don't want to miss this. I get to urgent care and I'm feeling like trash, y'all. Straight trash. So I'm like, I don't really know if I'm going to be able to make it to a party. I came all the way here. Like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. So I'm like, come on, Erin, pull it together, pull it together, pull it together, pull it together. So as I'm still, like, getting x-rays done and things like that, she's like, oh, I have to go. My Uber's here. I'm like, your Uber? So you gonna leave me here in the hospital? I mean, I understand it's your day and everything, but I came down here specifically for you, everything. Anyway, she's like, yeah, I have to go re-pick up the food that wasted in your car and everything like that. And I'm like, my life could be on the line right now. And you're worried about food and your party? So that's when I started getting like an inkling of, I'm starting not to fuck with you. Or I'm starting not to like you, excuse me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Let me, suffer through the pain. It's her birthday, whatever. We go to her party, and all her friends are there. They're cool. I'm not having the best of time because I'm still in pain. Like, my neck hurts, my back hurts. I have, like, white meat here, like, still showing and trying to heal and stuff. Like, that's not sexy. It's not sexy. And she got these fine dudes at her party, too. And I'm just like, I'm looking hot. hot, funky mess. So the initial plan after the party was to go to one of her profiles' house to get dressed, which is, she joined the sorority, so she has a line and there's a line above hers. So crossed in 16, the line before that is 15, excuse me. Or actually, their line was in trouble, so that was about 08. Anyway, so, or 2012. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, let's go and do that. So the initial plan was for us to go to one of her sorority sisters' houses, change out of our bathing suit attire, take showers, all that good jazz, and go to a party. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm, getting all the stuff off the boat, putting it in the car, being as helpful as I can wherever I can. And I walk up on the conversation of her and her sorority sister. So she's like, yeah, well, me and Aaron are coming over, so don't forget to leave your door unlocked because it's going to take us a minute to get there after we get everything off the boat. She was like, oh, I didn't know that she was coming. I mean, she's not a Delta. So I was like, oh, so I need to be a Delta to come to your house. Is that what you're trying to say? And Gigi's like, no, Aaron, I don't think that's what she really meant. Just let me talk to her. So I give them maybe 10 minutes. Gigi comes back over. She's like, hey, do you think you could go with one of our other friends? I said, no. I came here with you. I'm leaving with you. The fuck? So she was like, yeah. I was like, you know what? Just take me home. Honestly. First off, I'm in pain. Okay, let's start there. I'm in pain. I really don't even want to be here anymore. I want to go home, like all the way back home, like hop on a plane and go. But I don't have the time for that. Like, it's too late to be catching flights. Like, it really is. So we go back to her house and she's like, oh, aren't you coming out? I said, no. Like, I went to the guest room that they had, and I locked the door. Like, I'm not getting out. I got a flight to go the next day. Like, I don't like that. Because if I was your friend before your so-called letters came, because your letters gonna come, honestly, when you do a sorority or a fraternity, and that's okay. But don't let those letters change you, or the people in your sorority change your outlook on someone that's not in a sorority or that's not in the same sorority as you. Like, get out of here, son. Like, that is wicked. Like, no. Without those letters and before those letters, I was there for you. So everything that you went through, I was there. None of those sorority sisters was there when you was crying on my shoulder about certain things. I ain't gonna put you on blast, but about certain things. Like, let's get hip popping. Let's get it true. So anyway, the next day, she's like, hey, I'm sorry about everything that happened. I really wish that you were there last night. Girl, bye. Anyway, I got a plane to catch. And she wanted to really sit and have like a wholehearted conversation, but I didn't want to have it at that time. Because I was already in like a state of hurt. We're friends for 2 years. You've been a part of a sorority for a month and a half. And they got you acting like this? Wicked. But anyway, so tell me if I should keep this friendship, try to hang on to it, or if I should just pay it dust, because I've honestly been paying it dust thus far. Thanks for listening. As always, like and subscribe. Bye, subbies.
Job, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm Luke Skywalking on these haters. Celebrate.